Africa's future depends on its leadership, unity, and people. Africa is one of the richest continents in the world. It is blessed with vast natural resources, fertile land, a young population, and enormous human potential. Yet, despite these advantages, many African countries continue to struggle with poverty, unemployment, poor infrastructure, weak education systems, and conflict. The question is not whether Africa has potential. The real question is, what is preventing Africa from reaching its full potential? The answer is complex. Some challenges come from within, while others are influenced by forces outside the continent. Weak leadership and endless conflicts. Many African countries have suffered for decades because of poor leadership, corruption, weak institutions, and political instability. Too often, leaders have focused on holding on to power instead of building stronger schools, hospitals, industries, and economies. At the same time, conflicts have destroyed communities, displaced millions of people, and consumed resources that could have been invested in development. Countries such as Sudan, South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Somalia, and parts of the Sahel have experienced years of violence that have slowed development and caused immense human suffering. Every conflict leaves behind damaged infrastructure, interrupted education, and lost opportunities for future generations. External interests and global competition. Africa is also a continent of global importance. Its minerals, oil, gas, fertile land, and strategic location attract the attention of powerful countries and multinational companies. Nations such as the United States, China, Russia, countries in Europe, Turkey, and the Gulf states all have economic or strategic interest in different parts of Africa. Their investments can create opportunities, but competition among outside powers can also influence political decisions, resource agreements, and regional conflicts. Ultimately, however, no foreign country will care more about Africa's future than Africans themselves. Every nation naturally puts its own interest first. That is why African countries need strong institutions, transparent leadership, and fair negotiations that protect the interest of their own citizens. A message to the people of Africa. To every African watching this, do not believe that Africa is destined to remain poor. Do not believe that conflict is our identity. Do not believe that our future has already been decided. The future of Africa is still being written, and every generation has the opportunity to write a better chapter. Real change begins with education, integrity, innovation, hard work, and unity. Reject corruption. Reject tribal hatred. Reject violence. Reject the politics of division. Choose knowledge over ignorance. Choose cooperation over conflict. Choose production over dependence. Choose peace over war. Every successful nation was built by ordinary people who believed extraordinary change was possible. A message to African leaders. Leadership is not about power. Leadership is about responsibility. A great leader is remembered not for how long they stayed in office, but for how many lives they improved. Build schools before monuments. Build hospitals before political campaigns. Build industries before personal fortunes. Invest in young people because they are Africa's greatest resource. Protect justice because no nation becomes prosperous without the rule of law. Create opportunities so that young Africans build their dreams at home instead of risking their lives searching for opportunities elsewhere. The responsibility of Africa's youth. Young Africans are not just the future. They are the present. This generation has access to knowledge, technology, entrepreneurship, and global markets unlike any generation before it. Instead of asking, who will save Africa? Ask, what can I do to improve my community today? Start a business, learn a skill, support peace, respect the law, solve problems instead of waiting for others to solve them. Every positive action matters. To African people, Africa does not lack intelligence. Africa does not lack talent. Africa does not lack resources. What Africa needs is stronger leadership, stronger institutions, lasting peace, accountability, and citizens who refuse to give up on their countries. The world will always pursue its own interests. Africa must also pursue its own interest with wisdom, unity, confidence, and determination. The story of Africa does not have to be a story of conflict. It can become a story of innovation, a story of prosperity, a story of dignity, a story of peace. The next chapter of Africa's history is not written by fate. It will be written by Africans themselves.